and gentlemen, woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, pop culture commentary. I'm Seven, we have Drew, and we're going to talk about some stuff. What's going on, Drew?
Stuff and things. I'm good. Freshly simmering down from our pre-show conversation. You want to talk about a hornet's nest? That's
Fire.
One that we can't air. Yeah, but it was a good combo.
It was a good conversation.
It was a good
for sure.
combo that you guys don't get to see, so it just gets to be fun for us.
It's funny, we did a thing called GEEKCASTER After Dark.
Oh, really?
Where it's just, yeah, we might have to go into that. Because
if I can cuss in that one, I think I might have to. If I'm allowed to just not filter and just say Drew stuff, all right, cool.
Right.
But yeah, I'm good, busy but well, tired but well. And what's going on? What we got today?
Well, we're going to talk about Together.
Yeah.
And weapons.
Yeah. All right,
yeah. So what do you want to start?
Horror movies that recently dropped.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because they're both horror movies, but they're both they have other genres and types of films woven in. Mm-hmm. They're spliced with other things.
Mm-hmm.
Seven, which one should we start off with first? You're at the helm.
Let's do weapons.
Weapons? Okay.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Weapons, so that is recently came out. It has a dope cast of Josh Brolin, mm-hmm. Julia Garner, who we just saw in the Fantastic Four, which we talked about. Mm-hmm. It is basically, to sum it up without giving anything away, because I'm going to try and ease back on the spoilers, particularly for the ending of this one.
Right.
Oh boy. So Weapons takes place in a small town. And as the child narrator tells us, that on one night at 2:17 a.m., was it 17 children? Mm-hmm. Like a whole classroom full of kids? Yeah, a whole classroom full of kids from this small town get up, middle of the night, walk outside their front doors, and Naruto run into the darkness. And they say never to be seen again, but we don't know if that's true or not. Well, that's what they advertise. Mm-hmm. But the kids go missing, and there's an investigation to find them. And the only connecting thread that we think that we know of at the beginning is that they're all in the same class of Julia Garner's character. Her name is
Justine in the film.
Gandy. Justine mm-hmm. Gandy or something. Mm-hmm. And how it's advertised, I gotta say, for starters, I applaud how they advertise this film. Because while that's basically the overview, that's the bare bones of it. There's an investigation trying to find these missing kids, and there's a weird connection to them that I'm not going to spoil. Mm-hmm. While that's the bare bones of it, the trailer did a really good job of not telling you that this film is more of a drama than it advertises. Mm-hmm. Because I would say past the first 20 minutes, past the first act, when we jump in, it's like broken up almost like the film Magnolia.
Right.
Where you have characters, it's one event, but it's from the perspective of different characters over X amount of time.
Right.
So you have Justine, then you have Marcus, then you have like this cast of characters that we follow while they're unfolding events in the town. And it becomes a lot more character-driven, I would say. Mm-hmm. You spend a lot of time with the characters and how they get down, how mentally they work, and how they go about the world. And I think that for what horror typically is, you know how we're always joking that you have to be a little dumber than the average bear to be in a horror movie.
Right.
This towed that line and made it to where those quirks and that reasoning fits that person as just a human being. Mm-hmm. Whatever condition, whatever like worldview they have. Justine, for example, she's an alcoholic.
Right.
She straight up can't keep the bottle out of her, but she's also like very proactive in dealing with her kids. So her reasoning for following and trying to like track the trail where the kids went, it makes sense.
Right.
It gets her in precarious situations, but it makes sense. Yeah, that kind of aspect to her character.
Right.
Why she goes and does questionable, dumb things at times. It's like, okay, because she's drinking, so she's not thinking straight. But also, as they establish early on, she's got a boundary issue. Mm-hmm. She's like, they're her kids. And it's stuff that really, when you look at it, it brings up an interesting argument of what is considered appropriate behavior for a teacher. with her
Right.
children.
Right.
What she did doesn't really fall into the line of inappropriate, I would say, as a teacher. She just cares about the kids.
She cares about
Which
the
is fine.
kid. And don't forget
However,
that kid. I'm going to see if I can punch it. Carrie Christopher.
don't bring him up. That's going to get into spoiler territory.
Okay.
That's not even.
But I'm just saying, he did a good job.
I know what you mean. He did an excellent job. I'm not going to say why.
Right.
His acting was awesome. I'm not going to spoil his role in it.
Right.
But yeah, of the kids who, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to, no. The acting is great.
Yep.
And when it comes to her as a teacher, how she gets down with the kids, she's definitely more the concerned, caring adult.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's kind of like template, like or climate, you could say, when it comes to what is cool and what is not cool with adults to do with kids, you can kind of see where the parents are coming from. It's like you drove the kid home, yeah, but it's like it's as harmless as that act is, it's still stepping a line.
What did you think about the choice, the storytelling choice? I thought it was interesting how you kind of ride with Julia Garner's character, Justine, and then all of a sudden we went over here.
You pivot. Now we're with Paul, who's the cop dude that she's kind of getting side-chicked by.
Right.
That's great for me. I think that if you're going to explore like a horror, dairy, it type of situation, if you have it branch off with the different characters that are experiencing it, you get a whole like 360 view of the creepiness and the circumstance. And as this film does, it very cleverly like unveils the mystery with each character. You get bits of it, but not the whole. Right when it starts to dip into the paranormal, the really interesting stuff, we switch over to a different character.
We were pivoting.
We're pivoting. Yeah, we pivot. You go from character to character. It's, again, the Magnolia style. You're getting the story from different characters' perspectives, and I think for horror, that is important. That really was done. It was like effective, and they become more than just the meat that's ready to die.
Yeah.
You know? They're not just the sacrifices anymore. They become actually fleshed out characters. And how they go out in this, I gotta say, this was a different one.
This is an interesting ride. You know what? And if you just went with Josh Brolin or Julia Garner's characters, and Josh Brolin did a great job as well, I would have been bored. Like if they just stayed with one character, the pivoting kept it interesting. That movement, okay, where are you going?
Yeah.
Now, there were things, and I won't give any spoilers, there were things I didn't like that just didn't land well. Especially the ending for me, it was like, but if this, then that. But if this, then that. So where was that? You know? Did you get that feeling as well?
It was there.
Okay.
I noticed it, but it didn't bother me, I think. When it came to the focus, it meanders a bit. My only problem, and I'm trying to navigate this very carefully without spoiling anything, when the overarching villain of our thing finally shows themselves, the momentum kind of shifts, the tone kind of shifts because they're so visually kind of goofy. When you realize what the threat is and that it's coming from this individual, it's like, oh, okay, let's see what they're rocking with. Now, to be fair, the actress that played her does a very good job of making even her goofy behind look creepy.
Right.
I forgot the actress's name, but she's in one of my all-time favorite shows, Carnival. She plays Iris Crow. And her acting, when it came to the character that I'm referring to, Seven, she made it, the threat of her when she started getting down and doing her thing, and how she does it, it made her a threat. It made her a convincing villain, I think.
Was that in okay. And again, we're trying really hard because some movies you can say everything that happened, you can still watch it and enjoy it, but some movies you really need the mystery for it to really.
It has to hit. I don't want to ruin people. Whoever watches this, I don't want to ruin the experience. I just think you should go in and check it out. It's definitely worth watching.
I think so.
The ending, man. The ending, it does something that I don't think most audiences are gonna see coming. With how they round this thing off in the third act. Third act, it does kind of become a little more, because like you were saying, if it had just been Julia Gardner and Josh Brolin, we'd been a little bored.
Definitely.
It would have been a little boring. I think watching the Nuggets unfold, you don't get like the different little angles of how it all went down,
Right.
particularly in the third act, and with funny bits like with the Meth Head James.
Right.
That was good.
Right. That was good.
Again, like it pivots, but it does it to where you get like a better vantage of the whole mystery.
Let's see if what was
great.
that guy's name? Austin Abrams.
Yeah. His whole take on James and his circumstance and how he even got mixed in the whole thing was like,
Right.
Wow, bro.
Right.
What?
And this film needed this. You know what? Meth Head James was needed in this film. If that character was not there, it brought us because it became so human and situational and so much of a drama rather than just a horror film. Even though horror, I guess, was there, right? You realize the pivoting was interesting, annoying, but then it was needed, which made it feel good again for me.
It's necessary. It gives it that slow burn angle that worked, I think.
So before we go to the next film, overall, this is a must watch.
As close to a much watch as I could get without glazing it, yeah, I'd say definitely check it out. You don't have to watch this in the theater.
No, you don't have.
This is not like you will have to go out and see this immediately. You can wait until streaming for this. It's a good kind of at home in the dark, watching the mystery unfold type of joint. It's good for that. It is fun in the theater. We had a good little crowd.
Yeah, it was fun in the theater.
At a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give this like a solid 8.5, 9.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. I would like to co-sign the 8.5. Only because of the ending, and I feel like, but if that, then
not everybody's gonna get down with the ending. But man, I was in there talking about 1. I didn't see that. I wasn't expecting that to go down, and 2, the aftermath, bro. The aftermath is just crazy.
It was hilarious. It was more funny for me than anything else. But anyway, again, this is the best we could do with no spoilers. Watch the film. It's called Weapons. It's out in theaters right now. All right, so now let's go to the relationship, the romantic horror film.
Yeah, Together.
The message film.
Message from I don't know if it was a message, but well, kind of, yeah. What you're looking at. But yeah, Together is the other joint that I saw.
Right.
And this one's fresher in mind, but I'd say that for me, there was less going on in this one. It's filmed well. I can't remember who the actor's name is. Dave Franco, the other Franco guy.
The other Franco.
The Franco that didn't fall out with Hollywood for whatever reason. And the actress I can't remember what she was in, but I recognize her face.
And that's his wife in real life.
Apparently, I heard that after the fact. I'm like, oh, okay, some of those seem to make a little more sense now with how they went down. You could see that
they knew each other.
They knew each other. Yeah, there was some knowing there. That one, in short, again, without giving too much away, it's this couple. Their girlfriend has just gotten a job as a teacher. She's working at I want to say it's an elementary school. Was it an elementary school?
Yeah, elementary school.
Okay. She just got a job working as an elementary school teacher. Dave Franco's character is a musician. And I guess they're moving to this like town that's a ways out, which can affect his music career, but he's going with her. They're at that stage, that couple stage where they're deciding whether or not they want to get married, I guess. And it starts off with kind of a hilarious scene where she proposes to him. And the crowd that I had for this was interesting because when she did it, people were divided between thinking it was cute and people literally saying, "What is she doing?" So like, she's proposing. When I saw her on her knee, I'm like, "What do you mean? What is she doing? She's proposing, you dink. What?"
Right.
And when she did it, she finally got a taste of what that awkwardness, what it can be like when the person isn't sure.
Right.
He says yes, but he waits a little too long, and it makes the whole scene kind of awkward. And then they move.
Right.
And when they get there, they find themselves falling through this cave right? Is that what that was? You can call it a cave or like an underground cave that has this well in it of water, and because they're low on water, they drink from it. And you come to find out early on in the movie that people or beings rather, organisms that drink from this water become, what can I even call this? It's like a kind of a bioorganic magnetism is the best way I could describe this, is to where you have two people who've drunk from the well, and when they're in vicinity of each other, they are like a magnet to steel. They kind of, and when they connect, they merge, and it's not pretty. And the results are not pretty. So after they drink from the water, it's pretty much the countdown of them gradually, kind of splicing or merging together into one being, and the chaos that ensues thereafter.
Right.
So,
yeah. And again, that does not. What was said does not spoil anything. We pretty much have that idea out there, but the ride is interesting. The things that were surprising to some people, I'll say it this way. I know and I knew, okay, I kind of saw it, like all the changes, all the curveballs not being curveballs. So my takeaway from the film was more about the relationship and trying to have two totally different individuals come together and be in a relationship. That's why I said it's a message film, because it was really about two opposites that kind of make sense together. I thought that's what they were trying to, the moral or some sort of takeaway that way.
I partially agree. I think that the horror element is to emphasize where the two characters are at in their relationship. It's kind of why I rock with this movie, because it shows the whole idea of, if you're going to be with this person, to what degree are you willing to take that, and what measure? Right. What measure of your freedom are you willing to give up to be with this person, and why? Right. Because love. I'm like, all right, that's if that's the boat you guys are going to be on.
Right.
Would you drink from the fusion water dance? the Dragon Ball fusion dance water? Would you drink from that and then go hang out with your girlfriend or spouse or significant other for a week? Right. Would you do it?
Would you do it?
That's that gauntlet that I like throwing at y'all. You pro couple types. You pro married pro couple types. I'm like, so y'all would drink from the water and like a couple stooges just... No, okay, do you. But it's interesting in how it navigates that, because there's like apprehension on both sides. You see both sides of it. It's not just... It goes a little rom-com in places, but it does it with kind of like a twisted irony. And I think that overall, it hit with what it was trying to do, but I think it frames more of a cautionary question to the person of, if you're going to be in with this person, like 100%, because reasons.
Now, of course, we could quickly talk about Damon Harriman, who played Jamie. That was the teacher.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He played it well of what he was given. He gave off,
teacher, right?
Yeah, he gave off the creepiness and the who is he and why in the film and this and that, and but it was like I almost wanted more. More of him.
You want to know why? You wanted more, but the film gave us less of him, and I think they knew that from Jump Street, when he gets introduced, he's suspect numero uno.
Right.
Right when he introduces himself, you have this whole vibe of, is he singling out Millie as her character name? Is he singling out Millie because he wants Tim, who's the guy? It's like he wants boy partner Tim out the way so he could take Millie for the waters and stuff. But it ain't what you think. He becomes more mysterious.
Mia Morassi, that played her friend, that would call her. Remember, she had
the British chick, the annoying friend that was trying to sabotage their whole joint.
So this is the thing.
He's beneath you. You're a goddess queen. That their whole attitude is that. Right. I like how she kind of cuts her off and says, "I gotta go," and we don't see her anymore after that. That one girlfriend that's trying to keep all her
shots fired,
miserable like her. She's that girlfriend. You don't need him, girl. You're so much better than him. And they're like, I got stuff to do. Let me get.
Yeah, I got to go.
Yeah, what about her?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Her role in that film was not necessary.
She's the antagonist. She had a role. She's
You
the
think so?
antagonist. She was the voice that was ebbing Millie to leave Tim. There were no
okay.
other characters. And for Tim, it's only the one scene. They're very sparse. But like it was Millie's brother and it was his homies who were in the band, right? They were that kind of representative half for, yo, dude, this is the life, this is the route that you could take if you don't pursue a relationship with Millie, with my sister, aka.
Right. Okay.
He even jokes about it. It's like, man, he busts his balls a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, when I introduced you guys, I expected one thing, but I didn't expect my sister to have you so trained or something. Some casual ball busty line that he gives to.
I almost wanted them to appear again or say something. Or why didn't you show up? I mean, I kind of threw it in there through a text.
They did, but you don't get much closure with the friends, I think, is the problem.
Right.
They're there, and I kind of like that they're sparse because it's not their influence overtly messing with them, but it's in the background.
Okay.
When he, spoiler slightly, misses that show he's supposed to make because they already drank from the water and he's already going through it and he can't leave.
Right.
The friends are there, but they send him messages. It's like, yo, dude, the night of the show, where are you? You're late, blah, blah, you better, but I think the last one that they send him is, yo, dude, you better be dead. You better be dead. And I'm like, yeah, that's what happened.
Right.
So they're there, but they're sparse.
Yeah, man, that was an interesting film.
Its ending is interesting, but I got of the two, Weapons took it as the better ending.
That's a better ending. That was a better.
Together's ending is interesting, but it ain't got squat on Weapon. Boy.
No.
Nah.
It was more enjoyable. It was funny, but then it was like anticlimactic also.
With well, in a way. You don't see them. That whole kind of third act struggle is a little bit. I'm not going to say something like lacking, but it goes a route that I think was more not even predictable. I don't know. It just didn't quite have that. It wasn't going for shock. It was just going more for a natural conclusion, a slow burn natural conclusion. And it's supposed to be sweet. It's supposed to be like, but for me, it's like, all right, okay. That's how that went down.
That's what we're doing? Okay.
That's how that one went together. Okay.
What do you think of his parents? Having that little backstory with the parents.
Now that was on some Stephen King. I actually really enjoyed that bit.
That was interesting.
Because you're not quite sure. They throw in some red herrings. There's a line that Millie says to where she feels like she's just kind of living with a dying person. Right? And you think, okay, if this is a merging thing and if something goes real south and he dies while merging with her, that would suck. Right? But they didn't go that route. The second one, you're thinking they're going to repeat. His whole fear is repeating what happened to his parents.
Right?
With the whole dead significant other thing.
Right.
And that dream sequence that he had was horrifying. That was nightmare food. With the mom in the bed. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm out. Nah. So that was it was very Stephen King-esque with how they went back and explored that darker half of his past.
Right.
Well done.
That was well done. And with the rat? Well, the rat opened up the story of the backstory.
The rat, the dog opened up the story, but the rat was what reinforced it. Because it wasn't even just a rat, it was a hive of rats all connected.
Right. So we're not going to go any further.
Yeah,
we didn't spoil anything, but you'll be like, oh, that's what they're talking about. I see where they're going with it.
You'll see. We'll see what we mean.
So between the two, I would say if you had to choose one of the films, definitely see Weapons. I think Together is a good dating relationship kind of film, just because even though we talk about this in many ways on the show, but mostly off the show. Yeah, like losing yourself in a relationship and also balancing yourself, trying to find your partner, the other one, your other half. How that could be kind of dangerous. That could be dangerous. Kind of.
It's an allegory for that.
Yeah.
If you're one of these dater relationship type folks, it's a point where I think everyone gets to at a certain point. And when you get there, the film did a good job of showing a physical kind of
representation.
Physical representation or comparison of taking the plunge.
Right. The plunge.
I wasn't going to reference it. Just leave it be. Taking the plunge.
Leave it be. Okay. All right. Well,
together was 7.5.
Yeah.
A solid 7.5, 8.
We're good on time. Yeah. So check us out, GeekCaster.com, GeekCaster on IG, GeekCaster on Facebook, and you can check out other shows. If there are any topics you want us to talk about, any movies coming out you want us to review, or anything old school too. We could because it's really not about here's this film and it has to be in the theater right now. It's about streaming. It's just about loving art, loving the art of storytelling, and just our opinion of who does it well and who does not. And should you waste your time, or is it one of those films you should do your laundry while you're watching it because
background stuff? Oh yeah. I think there's definitely films that are older that have been out for a while. Does this merit a genuine sit down and watch, or is it background noise?
Yeah.
In our spoiled era of streaming services.
I know. But this is where we're at. All right, Drew. What's coming up next? Anything coming out that we?
Film-wise, I think I got most of my hit list right now. I'm waiting for other things to come out. There's films that I keep seeing advertised that I may just. I may end up seeing just by osmosis, or if I end up getting like just a movie bug thing, I may go check it out. There's a few shows that are coming up too that I need to catch up on. So we'll have that coming in the near future. Slightly older, but still some new stuff is in the mix. They just announced a thing for The Boys, like a prequel. I'm not sure if it's a movie or it's a series.
What, The Boys?
The Boys, like the series.
Okay, not the film.
No. I don't think it's going to be a film, but it was like a prequel type of thing with Soulja Boy and whoever the originals, that first wave of superheroes was. I'm not sure if they're going with another spinoff like Gen V, or if it's just like a 2-hour movie that they're doing that's going to be exclusively on the streaming.
Wow.
But I'll let you know. I'll do my research and come back with some more for you guys.
Wow. That's right, because The Boys are done, right? They're not.
No. They're coming back. Gen V is coming back. That got delayed a little bit.
For the guy that passed, the actor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that set him back. He passed away, and he was a main character, so I'm sure that definitely they had to reframe and restructure some stuff for the show. Right. The Boys still has, I think, at least another season or two left, and then from there, it's expansive enough to where I wouldn't be surprised if we got one more spin-off series even after this.
Okay.
Just because the show has that kind of burn to it.
Right.
Will it be good? I don't know, but I trust them so far. And Invincible's coming back. No new word on when, but that's definitely getting at least a few more seasons. So we'll have more for that when it pops up.
But
that's kind of what I got for now.
Oh, I actually had a couple more. I'm so afraid not to go over the cable time. But if you're watching on Twitch, you're watching the full amount. All right. You're watching GeekCaster. We're out of here. Thank you. Have a good one.